expansions. We're going to find out as we move over to Whirlwind, which is a much different map than Polar Nights. Yeah. And I think this is going to be a place where Trap is going to shine.
Game number 2 has begun. In the top right-hand corner, the man who's known for his standard play but has yet to bust it out in this series. From Seoul, it is Trap! In the bottom left-hand corner, a counterattack, a base trade, a place of comfort for him. Can he bring it to a 3-0? It's I am Byul. Ooh. Oh, Mr. Greetorp, what is it that we have here?
A 10 pool. This is meant to bust a lot of early.
Oh, yes, and we're back. Down in the bottom left-hand corner, it seems we got ourselves an early pool from Byul. Up in the top right, Trap is going for a gateway first play.
Yeah, gateway is very nice for him, since obviously he'll have Zealots out in time for these Zerglings. So we'll find out very soon here as we get ready. Double assimilators, check that out.
You know, I mean, this is a nice standard opening for Trap. He wants to get enough to get up a very fast Mothership Core, very fast 1-gate expansion. And Byul's really trying to leverage a player trying to cut out some sort of super swift pool. Well, this is weird. I mean, like, I've seen a lot of 6 pools in this situation, but I haven't seen a lot of, like, 9 or 10 pools.
Yeah. I'm really wondering, I mean, I don't think it's able to hit and kill a lot of different things. I guess Nexus first, if they're playing super greedy going Nexus Gateway, but even that I think is a little bit defensible. You can see the 3 Zerglings splitting up to the top left, to the top right. We'll find out if he's able to do anything here. Zealots on the way out. And I think Trap will be in a good position. I mean, these Zerglings are going to be a nuisance, but the Cybernetics Core about to finish here. And with that, the Mothership Core pops out in 20 seconds, or you can Chrono Boost out. The Stalker as well comes out pretty fast.
There's the Zerglings coming out right now.
Trap kind of surprised by this, but there it is. Chrono Boost on top of the Mothership Core. Unfortunately, okay, probes are fixed there. And Zerglings might be able to get a kill. No, Trap playing this right.
I mean, needs to get out that Stalker to apply pressure back on the Zerglings, but he forgot a pylon. Oh, Trap.
Oh, gosh.
Succumbing a little bit to the pressure there.
Everything's going wrong now, but the Zealot, wow, some great micro Trap. Gonna keep his Zealot alive and take out a lot of Zerglings so far.
So it looks like Byul moving around, just making sure that that expansion goes down when he expects it to go down. He's looking for any opportunity to scout. That's why these Zerglings are split up like this. The probe's gonna go down. Will Protoss give it chase? No. Protoss is gonna be pulling back way into the main. Knows what sort of trick Byul wants to play with him. And what a move from Trap. He's gonna be preparing to go for a fast Dark Templar play. Of course he wants to shut down scouting.
Yeah, this will be nice. Of course, just to mix in there, I'm surprised that Trap's doing this yet again, because I really feel like Byul is such a complete defender. Like, he knows exactly what his opponents are capable of, and he will just prepare Spore Crawlers if he really feels like his opponent is capable of Stargate or Dark Templar play.
So it looks like that probe is going to be able to make its way up. Yeah. Twilight Council's nearly done. And you know, if I'm in Byul's shoes, I'm going to be thinking, all right, cool. I messed with him a little bit, but he wasn't going for the Nexus first. This is a map where Nexus first is extremely common. In fact, any sort of Command Center Nexus first or Hatch first is very common. And I just don't think that Byul is going to be anticipating this Dark Shrine, because there's this problematic tension that you have as Zerg right now. Are you going to go for a Spore Crawler to defend that? Well, that's going to delay your layer, and then DTs will shut down your third. Do you go for a layer fast and potentially lose to the DTs? This is a perfect, perfect answer from Trap.
It's a little bit scary, though, for Byul. He sees that there's a probe and a Stalker out on the map. Nothing really of substance, like sentries. So in this position, Byul might be a little bit scared, and he is. He's throwing down a spine crawler. But needs, of course, to get that spore.
So good. I mean, right now. Oh, when he gets the Zergling, that's at the natural.
That's a little bit of a tell. The gateways are a little bit behind, but he still might think that this is some sort of, 5 gate pressure, seeing the 2 gateways a little bit late. And wow, Byul, I think he's going to fall victim to this. I really thought he would defend. The Spore Crawler in the main base, though. In the natural, nothing yet.
Nothing at all.
Oh, there it is.
Oh my God, what a
Templars.
read. The last second read. Forge now going down. 2 DTs begin to head in. Uh-oh, they're getting mighty close to finishing, but still, DTs deal sickening damage, but Byul has the total lockdown. DTs also working away at the Lings at the front. Are the Queens in range? No, it looks like the detection is not yet there.
Taking out this spine crawler that helps, but the Spore is finished. Zerglings running into the fray. Can they lock down the Dark Templars? They give the Dark Templars a great surround, shutting down this pressure from Trap. Byul, with an amazing response, now has his double evolution chambers. He will be able to upgrade very nicely, and shutting down the Dark Templars basically just states Trap is behind in tech. That's the perfect way to play it out. Now he can take his third base, take his lair, and honestly just play macro and be ahead.
This is just a stunning defense from Byul. He's getting the +1 carapace. Nice answer to what Trap just did. I mean, the fact is Trap threw down very fast DTs to try to apply pressure. Definitely going to be behind on upgrades. Very likely going to have to play passive for a long time. So the choice to go for the Ling upgrades is brilliant by Byul. But with the Roach Warren going down, that really signifies to me that Byul's looking to get a third up very soon. He wants to play it slow. He wants to go to the late game where those upgrade leads will really take full effect.
A lot of people would have gone to Hive from here, but Byul, I love this. He just knows that a lot of times after failed Dark Templars, you're not going to take a third super fast. So you're kind of expecting some sort of 2-base pressure again afterwards. Dark Templars, it doesn't mean it's the end of it. So I think this is correct because he's defending against a lot of Archon pushes if you want to merge 2 Dark Templars together. He's defending against any Stalker, Blink Stalker type of stuff as we see up in the production tab because you already have the Twilight Council to make the Dark Shrine. There's a lot of different Twilight or Gateway all-ins. And look, Byul is coming in here to confirm. He sees 3 Stalkers. That should be a big indicator. Will he see the Twilight Council though? There it is, the Chrono Boost on top of that. Byul, very exceptional in his scouting.
Now this is going to be still somewhat of a tricky defense for Byul. He can't overbuild Lings, but that's perfect. He spots the extra gateways. He spots the Chrono Boost going down on the Immortal. He sees the Forge getting +2 now. In this position, Byul has a big opportunity, but he needs to not overbuild on all of the drones. He needs to get units out now. That's exactly what he's doing. His upgrades are coming into effect very soon, and a Warp Prism drop by Trap in the main.
The Roaches go away at the worst time. There are Zerglings, though, and this will stop the pressure of Trap. Beautifully done by Byul so far. He's just on top of everything. A little bit lucky with that. Of course, the Dark Templar forced those units over there. Byul did not retreat from that position. But still, I mean, he's stopping Trap at every turn.
Well, looks like Trap is gearing up to take a third, and there it is. He's playing for a very defensive Blink style. Getting up these gateways do give the opportunity to do a big attack, should he need to do that, but right now Byul not falling for anything. Throwing down more drones, just as the pressure begins to ease up, just as Byul spots the third.
Well, think he has 1-1 now, so his 1-1 is so much more applicable with this Zergling Roach pressure. Normally Zerglings are just tanking, but now they can actually do some damage. And especially once you open Dark Templars, you will not have a high sentry count, so you can get in there and do damage. So I like this, and transitioning directly over to Spire Tech to get those Mutalisks. I'm expecting a 4th base coming out of Byul very soon here after realizing that it is a 3rd base.
2 Zerglings up in the main base have managed to spot everything that's up there. They got the burrow tech done. They've been hiding in the corner. They see that it's a Colossus transition. And that's what you gotta be doing as Trap in this spot. You have to be double checking and making sure that your opponent is not gonna be killing you with a big mass Roach play or a big mass Hydra transition. But the fact of the matter is the Spire is the choice of Byul. The Spire is generally always the choice for Byul. but it hasn't been scouted at all.
Yeah, this is so scary. Look, 12,000 gas, or 12,000, whoa. 1,200 gas.
This guy's going to be building
up.
120 Mutalisks. Like,
Would be nice. But this is going to be an extremely hard to deal with attack. 8 right now just because he's supply capped. That will hurt him for the initial burst damage that he can surprise his opponent with, but still, this is looking like Byul's game. But this is the timing the trap needs to hit right before Mutas, or right as Mutas are popping out here. He will be able to do some serious damage. There are no Zerglings, no Roaches, really.
Zealot's doing a counterattack at the third, as there's a tremendous push at the front, and Trap already has the Photon Overcharge ready to defend his own expansion. What an uncanny timing from Trap. He knows that he doesn't have the defense for Mutalisk, so he's going to bring the noise to Byul's front now.
The constant hallucinated Phoenixes were the key thing. Now the 3 Zealots going to town at the third base. Byul had the good transition, but did not defend against this type of all-in. Trap now in a great position.
Gosh, Trap just sniffing out that transition. What a move. The Colossus Zealot chilling at the third base. Byul annihilates the single Colossus. The probes begin to retreat. Trap doesn't need a third base here. Zerg is soon enough going to be on no bases.
Oh, into the main base now, taking out the Spire. That's an important tech structure you need to kill so you don't go into a very terrible base trade. You want to limit that Muta count as much as possible. Now, Lair going down so he can't remake that Spire, and all of a sudden, Byul was in a good position. Now, tremendously behind. Oh man, such a brutal ending here. And now killing the Spore Crawler. Dark Templars will ravage the third base of Byul.
What a fantastic series of plays by Trap. The most exquisite timing. Byul had all his tricks ready, the counters, the Muta switch, but he wasn't ready for Trap to drill down the front. Spine Crawler's nowhere close to done. Byul never would have thought in a million years Trap knew exactly this timing, and he's not even going to lose 2 bases. Trap happily accepting this set of forces at his natural. Lings might be swarming in, but the entire army of Trap's coming home.
It does not matter. This isn't enough Mutas to actually deal with this, especially with the Blink Stalkers. You can see they blink back, share the HP until all the Mutas will go down here. Still enough Zerglings, but these units are going to heavily, heavily crush the army of Byul. Byul does have 1 single hatchery, but income tab shows 4 harvesters out on the map. Forge will go down here, but it's all a formality. Day 9.
Wow.
Big blink on top of the Mutas.
This is what makes Trap such an exceptional player. Byul's counters, always so good, but Trap knows exactly how to shut him down. GG! Trap ties it 1-1.
Just anticipating that Muta switch. That's the most key thing. You have the hallucinated Phoenixes always going into the main base, the natural base, seeing what composition